bukas. 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock ang ating schedule. And meron din kaming part 2 na e-learning series. Abangan ninyo, maganda ito. Maganda rin yung mga topic na pag-uusapan natin. Kaya abangan ninyo ang aming announcement sa susunod na e-learning series, part 2. Part 3 pala yun, part 3. Sorry. Part 3. Ito yung part 2, part 3 pala yun. Yung darating this coming month.
Kuya Rino,
Okay.
ikaw na.
35.
Lloyd?
Ikaw na mag-record.
Sandali ha. Okay, Lloyd. Okay, brothers and sisters, since 1 o'clock na, let us begin this e-learning series. To start, we will have Sister Brenda Imperial from Puerto Princesa, Palawan to say a word of prayer. Sister Brenda.
Sige po. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, our hearts are full of gratitude for this afternoon, for our another e-learning series. We are so grateful for our resource speaker this afternoon. We thank thee for her preparation, and we ask thee for your guidance, that you have the spirit, that you'll be able to understand all the things that she's going to share, that all the things we're going to learn will help us in our daily lives, as well as it will help us in our entrepreneurship journey. We ask thee as well to bless all the participants this afternoon, that the connection would be well, that this would be a successful e-learning. This we ask in the name of the Son Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Sister Brenda, sa prayer. Okay, bago tayo mag-start out, gusto ko lang i-welcome lahat ng ating participants nandito ngayon from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters, sa pag-attend ninyo ngayon. And now, I would like to introduce to you our mentor this afternoon. She is a licensed nutritionist and agri-entrepreneur with professional experience in handling hospital patients and with 15 years experience in restaurant. Her passion on food preservation stems from her agri-entrepreneur background by making use of seasonal fruits, vegetables, and waste prevention. Now, I would like to turn over the time to our mentor, Sister Mona Clasicas.
Thank you, Brother Rino. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Today, I'd like to thank ACE for giving me this opportunity to share my little learnings sa food preservation. And I think this is very timely since we are now in a quarantine season. Actually, during this pandemic, I have learned to apply all the things that I've learned in the past. No, as you can see during this pandemic, if you look at our environment, what is going on in our world, there is a lot of need for people to know basic skills at home that can help them sustain their family in this time of crisis. And so I would like to share the principles behind this food preservation. As a nutritionist dietitian, I believe that nutrition is a science of food and nutrients in relation to our health. So since we are in a virus pandemic right now, so we believe that health is wealth. So I'd like to share my screen. All right. So wait, since this is an art of food preservation, I think this relates to the principle of self-reliance. So preparedness, this is one of the principles that our prophet and all of our general authorities have taught us. And I'd like to share what President Spencer W. Kimball taught us. His counsel to us is the importance of preparedness. And he said, I am impressed with the plainness of the message. The Savior made it clear that we cannot place sufficient oil in our preparedness lamps by simply avoiding evil. We must also be anxiously engaged in a positive program of preparation. So what is food preservation? In my viewpoint, food preservation is a process of lengthening the shelf life of fruits or vegetable or whatever food that we have. It's actually a process by treating and handling food so that we could slow down the food spoilage, especially the quality, the edibility, the nutritional value for a longer food storage. Mainly because we wanted to prevent the growth of bacteria and fungi. I'd like to relate that in our basic life skill. Our head says that we should have wise use of resources. Resources in that nowadays, we have limited resources. People buy a lot of food sometimes, doing a lot of shopping, panic buying, but sometimes they cannot use it properly. So we need to use it wisely. In terms of our heart, we need to discover our passion. If we are passionate about our food that we eat and relation to the health of our family, discover the passion of food preservation. Of course, the hands, we have to be useful, marketable skills. The hands is very important. And health. Health is very important in terms of preventing disease. There's a lot of methods of food preservation. I just like to state that the 6 things that is commonly used: drying, smoking, cooling or freezing, salting, and pickling. To state that, I'd like you to think about alternatives. Later on, I'd like to share a safe food preservation method, which is very easy to make. And
Sir,
you can do
Sister
it.
Mona,
Yes.
yung slides,
Yeah.
nagmo-move ba yung slides mo? Hindi.
Yeah, buo. Yeah.
Hindi siya na gumagalaw.
Hindi siya gumagalaw.
Oo, nasa first page ka pa rin.
Wait. I'm screen sharing. Wait.
Oh, nakikita ko. First page lang.
First page pa lang. Wait.
Oo.
Yes, Brother Rino, nakikita ba?
Okay na, okay na.
Okay na?
Oo.
Okay, so the first preservation method that I'd like to share is the drying methods. This is commonly used by using the natural sun or air drying. Because if you dry a certain food or vegetable and take out the moisture, it will prevent spoilage or food microorganism where the enzyme reaction within the food and prevents the bacteria, yeast, and molds to have to grow and cause spoilage. So Okay. All right. So we have a lot of dried products. It could be in vegetables, fruits, fish, or meat products. And we could see it on dry goods and can be done by sun drying or air drying. Again, it's a removal of water from the food. Because of its lightweight, it can be packed easily wherever you go, and it do not require refrigeration. Okay, next is the smoking method. For smoking, you make use of the heat and it kills microbes. The chemical found in the smoke, mainly formaldehyde and alcohols, acts as preservative. And you could use this method to improve the flavoring and preserving the food by exposing it to the smoke from burning or smoldering plant. Another method is cooling and freezing. Actually, this is a very practical one, although the process of chilling food at least to 0 degrees can be used with all foods. But nutritionally, it lessens the nutrient value of each food. And also, of course, you have to have enough compartment in your freezer to make use of that fruits and vegetable. It's an easy method, actually. So cooling and freezing is also stops the growth of bacteria from a temperature of -4 to 18 degrees centigrade. Anything can be cooled. So vegetables, fruits, meats, and fishes. The next method is salting. Salting is a method wherein the salt dehydrates the fruits and vegetables that you use. And this is the most ancient way of preserving food. Aside from drawing water out of the food, the absence of moisture would inhibit the growth of bacteria and molds and other bad bacteria, which could cause food poisoning. Later on, I would be using this method, which is making use of brine solution by adding salt to water to preserve the vegetables. The next one is pickling. There are two types of pickling. One is the vinegar pickling, and the other one is the salt pickling. So it's also a process of soaking food in a solution containing salt or acid or alcohol. It can be used also to most foods, fruits and vegetables, and it does not require special equipment. So it's also a method of preserving and extending the shelf life of food by either anaerobic or aerobic or immersion in vinegar. Okay. I mentioned a while ago about two types of pickling. The first one is lactic acid fermentation, and the other one is acetic acid fermentation by using vinegar. I'd like to discuss the lacto fermentation, which is the safest way to preserve your food. It's a process by which the bacteria break down the sugar in foods and form lactic acid. So lacto refers to lactobacillus, which is common that we hear from yogurt, from Yakult, kimchi, sauerkraut, and pickles. There's also the sugaring preservation used for jams, marmalades, and jelly. It's also a dehydrating process by making sure that the moisture is out and the sugar would take place, the content of the fruits or vegetables that you have. Sugar as a preservative, although this is not advisable for a diabetic person, but as a preservative, it also inhibits the growth of bacteria. Anytime that the food spoils, it's because the germ is growing along its surface. So You can preserve your fruits or vegetables, any kinds of fruits or vegetables, by using sugar. Okay. Okay, so you can make use of jams, marmalades, or jelly by using any fruits in season. Actually, I do a lot of preserving jams, marmalades, and jelly for fruits that are seasonal, or sometimes they're indigenous fruits like kamyas. Okay, so pickled vegetables. Why lactofermentation? So in response to what is going to our world, you have to need a lot of basic skills to know how you can sustain your family in times of crisis. So a lot of people now buy a lot of foods, fruits and vegetables. They panic buy in some supermarket, and yet they cannot preserve it on the shelf life for a longer time. So first of all, why would you want to preserve or prevent your own vegetable? So I'm talking about lactofermentation. Lactofermentation not only help preserve food, but it also increases the vitamin and enzyme level, as well as it helps the digestibility of the fermented food. It's like eating fermented foods like pickles, carrots, or any other vegetables. It's actually a very effective way to add gut healthy probiotics to your diet. So it's like we're taking probiotic pill every day. So I'm sure you have heard about probiotics. Basically, one of the main benefits of a probiotic vegetable is it helps boost your immune system. And if you have a lot of inflammation in your body, it decreases the inflammation. And also it can help decrease the incidence of certain diseases like heart disease or cancer. Okay. So the lactofermentation, it's a special kind of beneficial bacteria. So how does it work? Basically, you're allowing the good bacteria that is also already present on vegetables to take over the bad bacteria. The salt would inhibit the bad bacteria, but it will proliferate the good bacteria. So it will grow with a little time and a certain room temperature. And after that, you can easily tell that the vegetable is already fermented by tasting it as being sour or tangy. Okay. And then after that, you could store it in a cool place to stall the good bacteria growth. How long does lactofermentation take? It only takes a little time and a few days, but it can last for a few months. Okay. Once the process is completed, you can easily store the foods in the refrigerator to slow down the fermentation process. And it could last up to 4 to 18 months, depending on how fast can you ferment these fruits and vegetables. Lactofermentation is anaerobic method. That means it has to be submerged in brine solution so that it doesn't have air on it, no? Because if you have an air on in your fermented fruits and vegetable, there would be molds or yeast that would be formed, no? You could easily smell it. Doesn't have a bad smell, but the texture would be good. So you just have to make sure that it is fermented properly so that it would not be mushy. What if you don't want to make your own? I could just buy it outside, no? Well, yeah, I can totally understand that. But to make sure that it contains live culture if you buy fermented vegetables like pickles. And how often do you want to eat fermented foods? Could try eating it 2 to 3 times a day. If you rarely eat sour food, I would recommend starting out slow with just half to one serving and working your way out to 2 to 3 servings per day. Okay. Um, Normally, all fruits and vegetables can be fermented. No? But basically, some of the foods that we want to lacto-ferment are those foods that are not easily available. No? And that could be part of our food storage. And in general, firm vegetables are best for lacto-fermentation, like cucumber, carrots, eggplant can be done, okra, tomatoes, garlic can be lacto-fermented, chili can be fermented, like jalapenos, it could be done. You could also do sauerkraut by using cabbage or kimchi, okay? So why fermented? Because like the one that I mentioned a while ago, the other methods cause the nutrients to be lost, except this one, the lactofermentation. So you could see canning is also another way of preserving, but it lessens the nutrients of the fruits and vegetables. Okay, so one of the ways that you could start on lactofermentation is just easy. Okay, you just need a bottle, you just need salt and water and the vegetables. Okay. So no fancy equipment that you need. You just have to have salt, vegetables, and water. Okay. And then you have to make use of your brine. Brine is a solution of water and salt, where the good bacteria survive in this stage and the bad bacteria is destroyed. Okay. Like I've said, the benefits of fermented foods are it improves digestion, it increases your immunity, it restores good bacteria in your gut or intestinal area. Of course, it increases the vitamin content of food. Why? Because the lactobacillus bacteria converts sugar naturally present in fruits and vegetables into lactic acid. It's a natural preservative. Okay. Other fermented vegetable could be asparagus, cauliflower, Brussels, mushroom, tomatoes, okra, peppers, beets, anything that you want to ferment can be done. So I'd like to now show okay. These are some of fruits and vegetables that are stored by using lactofermentation. Okay, wait, this one. Okay. Okay, so now these are the things that you need. This is Himalayan pink salt. So you'll ask why Himalayan. Okay. We cannot use iodized salt because iodine interferes with the fermentation process. Though it's pricey, you just need a little of this. I bought this in a special store. This is around 400 grams. It only costs 144 pesos. You need a bottle. Of course, you sterilize this bottle. There are some mason jars that are available, but it's pricey also. And some also that do lacto fermentation make use of the fermentation leaf, which is also pricey. But you could start with just this one and water. What kind of water? Filtered water. Why? Because some water has chlorine, and also chlorine interferes with the fermentation. Tatanungin nyo, where would I get filtered water? I will buy filtered water pa. You could just boil the water and let it cool down. Okay? So for this process, yes, Sister Iris, you can preserve vegetables and fruit without sacrificing its natural use. And then you can cook it just after you turn off the fire, and can just put the fermented fruits and vegetables that you want to put in your meals or recipes. Okay. Okay, so I'd like to show to you how this is very simple. Anybody can do this. This is actually 1 liter of boiled water because I don't have filtered water, but I boiled it a while ago and it's cool already. Make sure it's cool because pag naglagay tayo ng heat dyan, it would also destroy the good bacteria. Okay, and then I would put for every liter of water, you put 2 tablespoons of Himalayan pink salt. Okay. Right, so I'll put 2. Right, okay. And then just stir it out, okay, until the salt is dissolved. A Himalayan pink salt is one of the best salt that you can have. It's a sea salt actually. It contains 84 minerals in it, including calcium, potassium, and magnesium, which is very easy to be lost while cooking fruits and vegetables. So if you're using iodized salt, it only contains iodine and the sodium chloride, which is the salt itself. While this is 40% less salt. There's a lot of sea salt in the market. There's Celtic salt, kosher salt, but this is the best one, the Himalayan salt. Okay, so, right. So now, I like to show on how to do it on carrots. So you just have to wash the carrots. You can either peel the carrots or you can just make use of the skin because the skin also contains a lot of vitamins and minerals. So since my bottle is just like that, so I'll have to cut it so I can put the carrots. So just slice it. Okay. Take off the sides. Ayan. Kasi it's inside na to would also create the bacteria in it. Okay. I'll just half it out. Make sure you can choose whatever shape that you want. I want it on a vertical one. It could be circular, it could be vertical, whatever shape you want, just as long as it fits in your bottle. Okay. 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 Basically, when you're lacto-fermenting, you only need water and salt. But I want to improve the taste. So I'm making use of some of the herbs and spices that I have in my garden. This one is dill. A very, it's like a pine scent herbs used for preserving. It's also a natural preservative. I also would like to put some garlic in it. Okay. And I also have peppercorn. Whatever your preference is, you could put anything that you want. And then I put some chili. If you want some chili, if you don't like some chili, it's okay. And then put on, I wash my hands, okay. Put on the carrots. Make sure it's there like that. Okay. Adding a lot of herbs could improve the flavor of your fermented vegetables. I want it packed so that, yeah, like that. There. And to make sure that it does not go up to the rim of the bottle. There. And then last, I would also put bay leaves or laurel. Why? This laurel can add to the crunchiness of the vegetables. Okay, just put it there.
Okay pala yung
If you don't want a lot of salt in your food, you could alternate it with the herbs and spices around you. And then you put the brine solution. Okay, so make sure that the vegetable is under the brine solution. Okay. And during the fermentation, we need to put a weight on here so that it would not float, no? One of the things that I've learned is if you don't have the weight that is usually pricey, you could just get a Ziploc, put some fermented the brine solution, just wrap it up. Okay, wait. And put it on top of the, there. There you go. Sobrahan ng sobrahan ng tubig. Okay, so this is actually one way of preventing it to float so that it would not be exposed to air. There you go. So that way it would not float. So here you can see it's all submerged in brine solution, and just cover it. Don't make it so tight. And you have to check it every now and then. The carrots takes about 5 to 7 days to ferment. And just put it in an undisturbed place and put a cloth so that it's dark, so the fermentation would not be interfered, no? Okay, this one is for the carrots. Okay, I also want to make use of cucumber. There, just take off the sides, and then since the bottle is just like that, so I will cut it in half. Go like this. And then again, vertical cut. Some use on a circular one. I want it like this so that if you want to eat, you just grab at one and chip and bite on it. Okay. Okay. Okay, again, whatever your preference, you could put oregano, you could put chives, you could put cloves. Like, there's a lot of spices that you could make use. I put garlic, I put some chili, this one. And then again, just place it, the vegetable. It's a very easy one. Okay. Press it out so that you could put a lot of vegetables in it. The bigger your bottle is, okay, and then more vegetable could be preserved. Okay. And then I put a lot of dill at the top so that the dill makes it more tangy. All right, again, and then put the brine solution. There you go. You could also make use of cabbage as weight for this vegetables. Okay. But now I'm using the Ziploc as a weight for this so that it won't go up and it should be soaked. Okay, again, just have to close it, not so tight, because the air, when it's fermented, it would bubble, and then while the process is going on, there are some liquid that would get out of it. Okay, just put it on a tray so that whatever spillage you have, you can make use of that. Okay, the next vegetable that I want you to is okra. You all know that okra is a very nutritious one. It could lower your blood pressure. Okay, and the more nutrients that you get when it's lacto fermented, it becomes a probiotic vegetable. So what you do is just take off the side. And then since the bottle is small, I would cut it into half. Okay. Again, I will put some dill on it. It's in my garden. And then this one, I have some peppercorn, bay leaves, and some chili on it. Okay. For this one, you have to make sure that it's submerged. So that's why this one is so long. So I have to cut it up. Okay, this one. You could make use of your okra for your sinigang after fermenting it. Just after finishing the cooking, and you turn off the stove, and then you put the okra in it. That would help out increase the nutritive value of your food. Okay. So I cut down some of it, but I'll put it here para sayang, lagyan na natin. And then again, I'll put some dill on it. You could smell the dills like lemony and like pine trees. Okay. And then again, put on the brine solution. Okay. And then again, turn it off. Yeah. Okay, so what you do with the scraps of all vegetables, I also collect this one. You know why? Okay. All the scraps of your vegetables or fruits or vegetables that you can do, you just have to collect this one and put it in your ref. If you want to make a vegetable soup, boil this one and then strain it after, and you could get the nutrient for that scrap. After that, it goes to the compost. So there's no waste. Okay, so I'd like to show some of things that I have fermented already. I fermented this cherry tomatoes, but it's still undergoing fermentation. You could see the the process, it has some bubbles in it. Okay. Okay. This one is the carrots. And this one is an eggplant. I just chop it a little so it's it could be finger food later on if you want to eat that. And don't forget to put the date. I have this one for your fermented vegetables. Okay. That one. So it's actually an alternative snacks for your children to eat. You could either chop this one to small one, or you could include this in your meals just right after cooking, so that the nutritive value of the probiotic is there. You could eat it raw. It's already nice to eat. It's very sour and tangy. Wait. All right. So wait. Okay, there's a question from Sister Mayet. What kind of bottles advisable to use? You could also use the mason jars, kaya yung medyo pricey lang ng konti. But if you have any other bottles, just as long as it's sanitized, you could make use of that. And then after fermentation, you could put it in your ref. No? Some people, after lacto fermentation, they put it in a Ziploc and then put it in the ref pag konti lang ang space, no? Another question, Sister Lenny, what are some of the vegetables and foods that can be preserved so that we could have them ready at hand kahit ilang buwan na pag may calamity? May nakita pa akong ginamitan ng charcoal. Is it possible? Charcoal. Pag sinabi nating charcoal, is it heated or not? Okay, basta hindi siya napainitan, because once pinainitan mo, umamatay yung lactobacillus na bacteria. Pwede din po ba i-ferment ang green leafy? Yes. Alugbati is okay. Kangkong, kamote tops, at iba pang mas mabilis. For leafy vegetables, you just have to put salt on it and then mash it a little and then put it there. Put the brine solution, put your herbs and spices, and then it go. It's very crunchy. When you eat, it's very crunchy.
Sister Mona,
Yes.
yung rock salt daw, pwede ba yung gamitin?
Actually, yung rock salt natin, hindi pwede kasi iodized yon. May iodized yon. Hindi pwedeng gamitin. So, kailangan talaga sea salt. Okay, what other question?
Meron ka bang i-present, sister? Or bakit
Actually,
tayo?
I'm done. If you have any question.
Okay.
Meron ka rin, no?
Sige, may mga questions dito. Basahin natin.
Yes.
Brothers and sisters, kung may mga questions kayo, please ilagay niyo dito sa Q&A para basahin ko at masagot natin lahat yon.
Where's the tomato sauce? I have here.
Sister, ilang days daw?
Hindi ko kasi
Bago-
yung tomato sauce, ha? Yeah? Ano na?
How many months will it take to
Na okay pa siya.
that brine paros bago masira?
Ito?
Ilang months daw yan?
It would take until 4 to 6 months. Basta as long as pag kinakain mo na, put it inside the refrigerator. Yung brine, after you make it, hindi na pwedeng gamitin. But pag natapos ka, nakuha mo na inside, yung nag-ferment ng brine solution could also be used as a starter. Okay, pwede mo siyang gawing starter para mas mabilis ang fermentation process ng susunod na vegetable na gagamitin mo. Can we mix veggies like carrots with pepino? Yes. Yes. You could mix a lot of vegetables. Or some people who ferment mixed vegetables na already. So that when they eat it, it's ready to mix na lahat yung vegetables. You could actually mix a lot of vegetables that you want. So kung gusto nyo na pinakbet, pwede yan. Pwede rin yan na chop suey, pwede yan. Okay, if dill can add tanginess and bay leaf crunchiness to the veggies, what can oregano and other herbs do if we add it to their fermentation? Aside from adding flavor, oregano is also one of the natural preservatives. So as with other herbs. Actually, when Brother Rino was asking, what if I don't want to use salt? Yes, you could do that. Just add a lot of herb and spices because these are all natural preservatives. Gaano katagal ang shelf life? Wait. Sinagot na natin kanina yung shelf life, no?
Oh, nasabi na yun kanina.
Does it have to be breakable bottle? Yes. Kasi pag plastic, nagre-react siya. It has to be bottle. I bought this bottle about 15 pesos. But if you buy mason jar, it costs about 35 pesos per bottle. Okay? And then, where can you buy Himalayan salt? I just bought this sa mga baking supplies. Meron sila sa supermarket, meron. Sa SM, meron to. Any times to determine the fermentation is done. Taste it, no? Once it's already sour, then the fermentation is okay. It depends on your taste. Gusto mo bang mas maasim. But once it's salty, that means hindi pa tapos ang fermentation process niya. Okay?
Sister, another question dito is, paano mag-prolong daw yung shelf life ng mga vegetables? Like kangkong, pag nasa ref daw.
Okay. Actually, kung ayaw mo mag-lacto-ferment, one way of preserving yung vegetable is after washing it out, dry it out with a towel, and then wrap it with a hand towel. And then put it in your ref. It will be preserved up to 2 weeks. Okay?
Kasi natin, mabilis yung gulay natin.
Yun pala, no? Okay, thank you, sister.
How often do we need to check the... Pwedeng daily, pwedeng every 2 weeks, every 2 days, sorry. Just to make sure that the solution is not falling out.
Pwede,
no?
so, hindi siya pwede buksan.
Pwedeng ano?
Pwede.
How many months ang lifespan bago mag-expire, like tomatoes? In the room temperature, this could be good until 1 to 2 months. If you are eating it already, put it inside the ref, it can last up to 6 months.
Question, sister, nandito. Ano po ang solution ng brine solution? Sabi niya.
Ano yun?
Brine siguro ito. Brine.
Oh, brine solution. Brine solution is just salt and water. Just salt and water. Making use of sea salt. Sea salt. Make use of sea salt. It's not iodized salt. Because iodine interferes with the fermentation. Pwede daw bang Kangen water? Yes, Kangen water is good. It's an alkaline water, so okay yan.
Ano yung measurement mo, sister, yung brine?
Oh, for every liter of water, of filtered water or boiled water, 2 tablespoons of Himalayan salt.
Okay, 2 tablespoons.
Ilang days po ulit ang fermentation? It would depend on what vegetable are you fermenting. But basically, the carrots is 5 to 7 days. Yung this one, it could be until 3 to 5 days. The cucumber, the okra is also 5 to 7 days. The talong takes a while, so 7 to 10 days. The tomatoes is 7 to 10 days.
Sister, may tanong, sister.
Apo.
Pwede ba yung buksan habang nag-ferment siya or hindi pwede?
Pwede po, walang problema. Because the lactic acid is forming already, and these are good bacteria. Even if you get bad bacteria while opening it, The good bacteria will destroy the bad bacteria. Fresh na kamatis, yes, fresh na kamatis po ang gagamitin. How long yung process? Sinabi ko kanina, bago kayo pwede na yung kainin yan. Usually, the cucumber is easier, 3 to 5 days. Normally, average 5 days. Okay na siya. Pwede nang gamitin.
Luto siya, nawawala yung...
Can we put cocoa sugar and cider vinegar into the brine? Sugar is okay, but vinegar is not. Because if you put vinegar in it, it will kill the bacteria. That's another pickling fermentation. This one is making use of the salt. The other pickling is making use of vinegar, which is the acidic one. It forms the acetic acid. Once you open the bottle, do you need to consume all? No. Kung gusto mo lang kumain ng konti, then put it inside your ref.
Pwede ba siya gamitin sa cooking?
How do you know if fermentation is good or done already? When you taste it, it's already sour. But if it's still salty, kulang pa ang fermentation process mo. Pag walang ref, pwede ba sa styro na may yellow? Pwede naman. Pwede naman. Actually, kahit sa room temperature, hindi naman siya agad masisira for about 1 month to 2 months. No? Kasi may brine solution pa naman eh, kung wala kang ref. Sometimes, gusto lang nila na para mas slow down mo yung fermentation. Kasi lalo siyang aasim because the brine solution is already there. But if you put it in the ref, nasa slow down mo yung fermentation. So, medyo mas hindi nagiging sour na, mas masyadong sour. Is it okay to ferment mango fruit? Yes. And how much days or month it will take to ferment? May burong mangga po, pwede po yan. No? Burong mangga, pwede yan. For green mangoes, advisable to use rock salt. Sometimes sa Pilipinas, ginagamit natin yung rock salt. Pero through research, mas mabilis mag-ferment yung Himalayan salt. If you want rock salt, medyo matagal yung konti yung sugar and salt is okay. Pero pwede po yan kung gusto niya na rock salt for mangoes. How long will it last? I mean, expiration, 2 months on room temperature, 4 to 6 months in refrigerator. Ilang days ang fermentation? At sagot na natin. Ilang days. So, it would depend kung anong vegetable ang pine-ferment. For an average, 5 days to 7 days, up to 10 days for some. Sauerkraut or kimchi, 10 days.
Meron dito talong sister about meat preservation daw.
Meat preservation.
Mga karne.
Pag meat preservation, we're gonna use nitrite, which is actually a chemical na medyo...
Hindi na siya natural, Hindi na siya natural.
Yun yung ginagamit natin, artificial preservative. Actually, hindi natin inaano yung sana artificial preservative because alam niyo ba ang effect ng artificial preservative? Yung mga artificial preservative na ginagamit natin, yung monosodium glutamate or vetchin, mga artificial food coloring, yung sodium nitrite, yung carrageenan, yung sodium benzoate, or yung high fructose corn syrup, ang ginagawa niyan, pinapahina yung heart tissues natin, especially for older people. So, hindi advisable na gumamit talaga ng artificial preservative. Also, according to research, ang cause ng obesity or obesity among the young people is because of the artificial preservative. Because it contains fatty acids, especially for processed food. No? Karamihan, yung mga binibili natin na pagkain sa groceries, meron na yung preservatives. Except kung nakalagay na natural preservatives ang or organic, no? So, meron diyang nilalagay na BHA or BHT na food additives which can cause cancer. So, mas ina-advise natin yung lacto fermentation kasi this is natural. And it contains probiotics already. For meat preservation, that's another. Pwede naman tayo mag-ano ng another for meat preservation. That's another way of preserving food, but it would require artificial preservatives.
Sister, yung bitin daw, okay ba gamitin yan sa pagkain?
Alin po?
MSG?
No. Yun nga yung sinasabi natin, it's an artificial preservative. Yung MSG, masarap sa lasa kasi ina-activate niya yung sensory part ng ating tongue, but ang effect niya, pinapa-weaken niya yung heart tissues mo. So that's why kikita natin marami ang tao ang nagkakaroon ng cardiac arrest, even na mga bata pa, because sobrang dami ng kinakain na artificial preservatives.
May request dito si sister mo,
Apa,
Sister Marian.
anong
Gusto
request?
niya ma-avail yung solution recipe.
Recipe. I would send it to Brother Rino so he could send it to you. Ayan. Alternatives, a Ziploc with brine. Katulad sinabi ko, pwede kayong gumamit ng yung cabbage na ano nyo lang sa boiled water, and then you could put the cabbage. It could be weight preservation. Pwede rin naman na yung Ziploc nyo, lagyan nyo ng bato para mabigat, pero inside the Ziploc.
Kailangan daw sterilize
Ha?
ang bottle.
Yung bato, you have to sterilize, of course. Pero hindi siya masyadong mahigpit katulad nung pag nagka-can ka, na kailangan talaga i-boil mo for 5 to 15 minutes. Ito, basta malinis, and then put it in a boiling water. Afterwards, pwede mo nang gamitin. Kasi, kung meron mang bacteria yan, mamamatay na yan sa lactobacillus bacteria.
May tanong ulit si Sister Marian, masarap daw yung kainin?
Masarap. Masarap itong kainin. May, ano yan? May marami bubang bottle na nabibili? Malani ba o malaki? Baka malaki.
Malaki yun, malaki yan.
Malaki siguro. Meron. May mas malaki. Di ba may mga malalaki na lagay ng mayonnaise? Pwede. Mas mahal lang na konti. This bottle costs about 15 pesos each. So pag mas malaki ng konti, mga 20, 25 pesos. The mason jar, yung ginagamit ng mga Amerikano lagi, ito medyo mas mahal yon. Kasi meron silang ginagamit na special fermentation lead. Can you use this solution sa fruits? Yes. You can use this solution sa fruits. Okay. Ang fermented vegetable, pwede bang ihalo sa iluluto na vegetable? Yes po. Basta natapos na ang proseso nyo, pagkapatay nyo ng gas nyo, doon nyo lang ilalagay yung fermented vegetables nyo para hindi naman masira agad yung probiotics nito. Kapag maramihan, may bote po bang malalaki? Yes, pwede. Yung iba, yung 1 gallon ginagamit nila kung gusto nilang maramihan, pwede yon. So, yung salt solution or the brine solution, dapat at least 2% lang. You just measure the water and the vegetable and then compute it at 2%. Yun ang tami ng salt na gagamitin mo. Can we use again the old fermentation? Yes. Ang tawag natin dyan sa old fermented brine is starter. It would hasten the fermentation. Kapag natapos ka na dito, gamitin mo uli yung brine solution mo. Just put 1 to 2 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon of that. It could hasten the fermentation process. I haven't heard the leafy thing that you put inside. Is it fern or kinchay? No, dill. Dill yung herbs na to. This one is dill. Smells lemony, parang pine. Yan. Parang kala mo parang celery ang ano niya, ang amoy. Pwede po lagyan ng chili powder. Yes, I put some chilies, 'di ba? Kanina. Naglagay ako ng chili doon. Yan. No for plastic bottles because it reacts. Kung walang dill, ano pong other option? You could use basil, you could use oregano, you could use cloves, or you could use, there's a lot of herbs available in the market, or you could put it in your garden. Pwedeng parsley, pwedeng thyme, pwedeng marjoram, what else? Nutmeg, you could use that. And also, you could also use a lot of spices. Kasi yung spices is a natural preservative. Paano po ang dried fish preservation? Dried fish preservation, mas easier yan kasi you just put some salt on it, no? And then, mas advisable ang sun-dried. You could use a dehydrator or sometimes oven, kaya lang, mas nawawala yung nutrients if you make use of that. Pag nagmamadali ka, pwede mag-dehydrator, pero hindi masyadong marami yung nutrients. What will happen to my fermented pineapple peelings made last 2 days ago? I'm about to harvest. Pineapple peelings. Okay. Pwede mo yang gawing marmalade. Pwede mo yang gawing marmalade. You just have to put it in a blender, and then you'll get the nutrients itself. And then when you cook it, you strain it out after putting in the blender para hindi na makuha yung mga matigas na parte. And then the juice would be on that marmalade.
Sister, may question, sister.
Apa.
Yung mga nasa bottle ng mga dry herbs,
Apa.
mga nabibili sa grocery, okay ba yung gamitin?
Pwede po yun. Pwede po yun. Pwede yung gamitin. Of course, kung meron ka naman sa garden mo, di mas okay, libre. Tsaka, fresh siya. Okay. Gaano
Healthy pa
kadalas?
yan?
Ha? Marami
Healthy
siya.
pa rin.
Available siya sa lahat sa market.
Yung mga
Gaano
makalat
kadalas
sa-
pwede kumain ng fermented food? 2 to 3 times a day. Walang masamang epekto. Actually, ang epekto nito, gaganda yung inyong health condition because ang inaayos niya yung ating intestinal one, yung probiotics, para mas maging efficient yung ating katawan to absorb the nutrients. So, pinapalakas niya yung immune system. Okay? Libreng probiotics, hindi ka nabibili. Ang mahal ng probiotics sa Mercury Drug. This one is natural. Pwede mo kainin anytime you want. Even your children can enjoy this one. Walang masamang epekto. Puro maganda epekto ng probiotics inside the fermented food. Dried fish preservation. Pwede natin schedule yan. And also yung meat, how about po ang bacon? Can we use Himalaya salt? Yes. You could use that for bacon. Can we suggest what vegetable can we put in one bottle for fermenting? You could mix cucumber. You could mix cucumber, carrots. You could also mix sayote if you want. You could mix tomatoes and jalapenos, the chili one, jalapenos. Pwede kayo magana yan. Sa sauerkraut or kimchi, talagang ginagamitan natin doon ng cabbage. And then you could put some carrots. Para how can we avail your Himalayan salt? You could buy it in any special supermarket. Pwede na itong mabili. Any supermarket meron nito. Sea salt. Pero kung gusto mong Himalayan salt, makikita naman lalagay Himalayan pink salt. Kasi galing to sa Pakistan, yung kanilang Himalayan mountain. Kaya medyo mahal. Pricey ng konti. Video tutorial for, hindi ko nakita yon. Teka. Hindi po matulungan. Opo, yung
How much per jar daw with preserve?
Ito how much. Usually, you can price it depends on the vegetable na nilagay mo. Kung halimbawa, mga leafy vegetable, mura-mura ng konti yan. Just as long, mga 60 pesos average, pero usually in the market, we sell this as 80 to 100 pesos. Okay. Pwede po ba makami ng copy ng present essay? Si Brother Rino na lang papadalang ko nito. Hindi na sila. Need po ba tuyo muna ang bottle before? Hindi naman kailangan. Just as long as malinis yung bottle and you sterilize it with boiled water, okay yan. Depende sa vegetable yung price per jar with preserve. Meron ako dito yung ginawa pero hindi pa naman natin ito eh. This is actually mulberry preserve. Kasi meron akong friend na maraming mulberry, binigay sa akin. So sabi ko, gagawin ko yung preserve. So mulberry preserve. I also do ketchup because ang daming kamatis dito, tinatapon lang ng mga farmers. So sabi ko, sayang. So ginawa kong ketchup, no? Mabilis lang naman. Next time I'll discuss kung paano gumawa ng ketchup. Pwede carrots or eggplants na walang halong, vegetable. Minsan season. Ah, yes. Kaya importante when you do preserve, yan, mas maganda yung maraming supply para mas konti yung inyong costing. No? Mango dried fruit. Yes. Mango dried fruit. Yes. Masarap yan. For drying kasi, it would take about mga 7 to 10 days to dry fruits. And then, mix it with salt and sugar. We also make use of Himalayan salt for the mango dried fruit. For fish, especially in tamban na isda, minsan in season yan, ang dami ano po pwede nyo masuggest na gawing aside from smoking and drying. Ayan. Actually, kung ano, yung meron tinatawag tayo na yung preserve in oil na katulad ng ginagawa natin for spicy sardines, you could make use of tamban also. Yan. Gagamit ka lang ng special oil for that and the spices. It's very easy. We could make another presentation for that. Ang dami na request na. Sorry, hindi ko narinig yung una sa chili powder kung pwede po. Pwedeng lagyan ng chili powder ba? Pwede naman. Nilagyan ko kanina ng ang tawag ito, yung chili kanina as part of the no. Sa starter po, pwede po gamitin uli ang mga herbs or dapat bago uli. Dapat bago uli. Kasi yung herbs na ginamit mo dito, pwede mo nang kainin din. Pwede mo nang kainin yung garlic. Pwede mo nang kainin yung nandito. Gumamit ka na lang ng bago kasi konti lang naman. Hindi ganun ka taas naman yung prices ng mga herbs na ginamit natin. You could just put 1 to 2 cloves of garlic and then peppercorns, about 5 to 6 peppercorns. Ano lang, mabilis lang yan. Dill, pwede kang kumitas or may powdered na dill. It costs around 10 to 15 pesos per pack. Yung ganun lang kaliit. Pwede po mag-request ng pickling preservation demo. Yes, pwede. Mabilis lang ang pickling with vinegar. With vinegar, kasi ito lacto fermentation, no? So, pag vinegar, mabilis lang, kaya lang i-heat mo kasi yon together with your sugar and then the spices that you make. Wala po bang reaction ng plastic ziplock? Hindi po, wala po. Kasi ito po naman ay hindi ininit. Wala po na, hindi naman po ininit. So you just put it as a wait for the vegetables para completely submerge sila until nagpe-ferment siya. Yes, I've tried that also, yung Kangen water. Pag medyo nalalanta, binabad mo yung lumulutong uli. Pwede mo siyang ibalot mo lang sa dry towel pag ilalagay sa ref. Yung mga leafy vegetables po natin, pwede natin gawin yan, yung mga lettuce, pwede nating ibalot in towels or paper towels para mag-last siya. Mga berries naman, I remember, yung mga berries, pagka alam nyo marami kayong berries, strawberries, or anything, put it in a salt solution, or vinegar solution, just 1 teaspoon of vinegar. And then after that, drain the vinegar solution and put it in a paper towel and then put it in your ref. Mas matagal ang lifespan niya. Now, may mga vegetables na dapat hindi na nilalagay sa ref kasi minsan lalo lang mapapadali, no? Like potatoes, hindi siya pwedeng katabi ng onions. Why? Kasi yung onions, nag-emit siya ng ethylene gas, no? Na mas nagpapabulok dun sa potatoes natin. So potatoes should be kept outside dapat, no? And then separate nyo yung mga fruits nyo na citrus fruits dapat nasa loob ng ref. Pero yung mga bananas or mangoes can be kept outside na lang, or tomatoes can be kept outside. Wala pong reaction ng ziplock na plastic kasi hindi naman mainit, no? Hindi naman mainit yung solution. We just have it as parang weight lang. Do we need to boil the, no. Hindi po pwedeng i-boil ang brine solution kasi pag binoil natin, mamamatay yung ating lactobacilli bacteria. Ang ilalagay lang po natin ay just filtered water. Kung wala kayo, kung boiled water, palamigin nyo muna bago nyo i-mix yung salt nyo as brine solution. How about dried leaves? Example, dried oregano, dried basil. Yes, we could use that. Possible po ba mag-cause ng botulism ang fermented garlic? May napod po ako na may possibility daw po ito. Yung garlic kasi ay meron siyang certain content na nag-green siya pag matagal. Pero pag lacto-fermentation, hindi siya nagkakaroon ng green color. Nagkakaroon siya ng green color when you use vinegar kasi nagre-react yung garlic dun sa ano. But it doesn't cause botulism. Kasi yung garlic po ay antibacterial yan, antioxidant. So itself, yung mismo ay isang natural preservative. Hindi po siya nagkakos. Pwede po mag-request na, nakita ko na yan. Do we need to remove the seeds when preserving bell peppers? Pwedeng hindi, pwedeng alisin kung ayaw nyo ng ano. Depends on how will you cut it. Gusto nyo ba buo? Gusto nyo ba ng cut it lengthwise or crosswise? Pwede yun. Depending sa inyong gusto. Yes, you could use newspaper or brown bags from groceries, pambalot ng veggies. Katulad sinabi ko, it could be a hand towel or a paper towel. You could use that. Pa-share po ng presentation. I'll give it to Serino. Ilang litro po ng water? 1 liter of water, 2 tablespoons of Himalayan salt. Sir Mona, yung sun-drying tomato, ano po ang ratio ng sugar and salt? Sa sun-drying tomato, equal yan. Equal amount ng sugar and salt yan. Depends on the number of kilos ng tomatoes na isa sun-dry mo. Sun-dried would require about 5 to 7 days. Pero masarap yan gawin ding tomato candy. No? Like, do we need to use fine Himalayan salt or coarse? Whatever, it could be coarse, it could be fine, whatever is the, basta Himalayan salt, okay lang po yan. Wala po bang reaction during the fermentation? Wala pong reaction ng Ziploc kasi hindi naman po ininit yan. Pwede po mag-request ng in can processed food, vegetables. Pwede po in another demonstration. Pag canning, medyo canning talaga dapat kasi marami siyang stages that you have to use. This is the best preservation method to preserve the nutrients, lacto-fermentation. Kasi hindi tayo gumagamit ng any artificial preservatives. We make use of the bacteria that is present on the fruits and vegetables, and tinutulungan lang natin siyang mag-ferment, no, by using salt. The salt would kill the bad bacteria and it would enhance the good bacteria. Yes, maganda ang ang Yakult. Kaya nga binibili na natin, pwede ito, libre naman, gumawa na tayong probiotics. Ibibigay ko po kay Sir Rino ang PowerPoint presentation. Okay.
Message na ako sa kanila.
Gaano po katagal ang
email ako para i-reply ko yung PowerPoint presentation ni Sister Mona, no?
Okay.
Mag-reply ako sa email ninyo, email me first para i-send ko sa inyo ang PowerPoint.
Okay. Gaano po
Dito
katagal ang curing ng bacon pag Himalayan salt? Usually pag curing yan within 2 to 3 days, no? Pwede na yung bacon nyo. Pwede carrots na walang halong veggies? Yes, pwede po. Pwede nga plain lang. Just the brine solution and the vegetable if you don't like any herbs or anything that you want. It adds lang sa flavor pag merong mga herbs ka ilalagay. Mas masarap ang niya. Okay, so this is a very simple process na pwedeng gawin nyo sa bahay nyo. Hindi kailangan ng maraming equipment. Gawin nyo lang na mape-preserve nyo and good for your body and health. No? Kaya gawin nyo na. It also adds up kasi nasa self-reliance tayo. No? As a self-reliance specialist, ina-advise ko na gumawa nito because it adds up to your food storage. No? So, katulad na nangyari natin ngayon, nahirapan tayo, nasa quarantine tayo, mas marami tayong mapoproduce kung meron tayong mga vegetables na available sa ating mga ref na gusto nating i-preserve. Luckily, dito kasi nandito ako sa Mahayhay, Laguna, marami kaming fruits and vegetables. Ang mga farmers, libre lang magbigay. So, kaya pag tinatapon, napapailing ako, kaya kailangan ko gawin yun na i-preserve ko. Like maraming tomatoes, maraming eggplants, maraming cucumber dito, ampalaya, everything. So very mabilis kang makagawa ng lacto-fermented vegetables. What if yes, can we use pink salt in cooking instead of iodine? Yes po. This salt is better kasi it contains a lot of minerals, no? Although yung basically salt siya, no? Pero mas na-preserve natin yung minerals in this salt, no? Actually, 40% lang ang salt niya dito. Kaya hindi siya talagang maalat na maalat katulad ng iodized salt natin. What if nawala na po yung sour taste ng veggies? Does it mean expired na po kahit na... Actually, hindi mawawala yung sour taste kasi the more na tumagal siya, mas lalo siya nagiging sour. No? Yung okra po ba habang nakababa, di po ba siya madulas, sorry. Merong konting madulas pero hindi siya ganoon kadulas katulad ng ordinary water lang. Kasi yung salt would also contain yung para ma-preserve, magiging crunchy siya. Okay. Okay, ano po email address, brother? Okay. Pwede po bang lutuin muna ang meat, tapos i-ferment? Actually, yung lacto-fermentation actually is for fruits and vegetables actually. Yung sa meat kasi, ibang proseso yan. We have to make use of an artificial preservative for meat. Pwede po ba akong magpa-tutor? Pwede naman po, sister. I-message nyo lang ako pag hindi na quarantine, pwede na tayong lumabas. Okay po yan. Are there any more questions, Brother Rino?
Sabi ni Sister Matthews, proud sister.
Hindi ko nakikita yung iba eh. Nasa rin ba tayo sa Facebook? Nasa Facebook pa rin tayo. Itong tomato sauce tomato ketchup na ginawa ko, ito ay galing dun sa mga tinatapon lang ng mga overripe na tomatoes. So, napakasimple lang niyang gawin. Pwede actually gawin. Next time, pwede ko yan. Mabilis lang gawin. Hindi mo kailangan ng maraming ingredients. You just need salt, vinegar, pepper, and then sugar. And you'll have fresh tomato ketchup. Parang lasang Heinz na siya yung ginagamit sa Jollibee. What other questions?
Thank you daw, sister, sabi ng isang participant.
Okay. You're
For the
welcome.
lacto-preservation technique.
Napakadali. Ito yung pinakasimple, pinakamurang pwede nyo gawin sa bahay at masustansya para sa mga anak ninyo. We need probiotics. Ang mahal pong bumili pag probiotics, isang pill is about 40 pesos ang isa. Pero to pag ginawa nyo, pwede na itong gawing natural na probiotics para sa inyo at sa mga anak ninyo. 50 na daw ang probiotics ngayon per pill. Pag bumili po kayo at hindi pa kompleto yung strain ng probiotics dun sa iba. Of course, you could drink Yakult. Lesser ang lactobacillus nun, but okay naman. Kesa masayang ang mga veggies nyo. Actually, maraming process para ma-preserve natin yung ating mga vegetables para mapahaba yung shelf life. Gamitan lang natin ng paper towel para hindi siya nagiging wilted already. Tapos merong iba, halimbawa yung kangkong, pwede mong patubuin mo uli yun sa water, nakikita niyo yun, di ba? Yung mga yun, pwedeng patubuin uli yun. Ano po ba ang FB ninyo, sis? Sige, mamaya, sasagutin kita, sis.
Ako gusto mo pa-mentor yan.
Ask ko po ng copy, yes. Si Brother Rino po ang magbibigay ng copy ng...
Later on, mapakita ko yung email address ko. Doon kayo magsisend ng request. And then, mag-reply ako ng PowerPoint presentation.
Actually, Brother Rino, hindi ko nakasama dyan yung procedure para sa LACTO, but I will send it to you kasi Word document, medyo mahaba yun. Hindi ko na sinayang sa PowerPoint ko.
Sabay mo na lang para pag mag-email ako sa kanila.
Anong magandang combination ng veggies? Usually, ang masarap gamitin is yung carrots, cucumber, and then lalagyan natin ng mga leafy vegetables. Masarap siya.
Sabi mo, may-record.
Sino pa?
Pwede rin nila ma-review yung ating webinar kasi meron tayong recording nito.
Opo, pwede po.
Pwede sila mag-review. Pero kung PowerPoint gusto ninyo, pwede rin namin padala yan.
Kasi kailangan yon sa medyo malaki yung document, Brother Rino, kailangan Gmail para Google Docs kasi medyo malaki yung file niya.
Malaki, mahirap.
Dapat Gmail ang kanilang
pero
email
silang
address.
account.
Yes. Medyo malaki kasi yung PowerPoint.
Okay, meron pa bang questions?
Pag gusto niyo yung jams, ay napakadali lang pong gawin. Simple lang yan.
Mr. Safe pa ba yan sa mga buntis?
Ang alin, ito'y kailangan ng buntis.
Ayun.
Kailangan talaga ng buntis to. Kasi may probiotics.
Yung hindi nagbubuntis, sister.
Mga buntis na.
Pwede tanong mo kung may mga iba ba na hindi pwede kumain yan?
Ano daw?
Meron ba yung sa mga ibang may mga karamdaman ba? May mga bawal ba yung ganyan?
Hindi. Actually, maganda nga ito kasi yung probiotics is good for prevention of cancer. Tapos, ang ginagawa kasi ng probiotics, pinapaganda yung intestinal absorption mo ng nutrients. So, mas nakakaganda sa atin. Actually, it helps a lot sa mga heart patient, itong probiotics.
Ayun, magaling. Pwede.
Gusto namin ng jams, preservation sa susunod na webinar. Mabilis lang. Actually, ako gumagawa ng mga jams or preservation, yung mga in season, plus yung mga indigenous, like kamyas. Gumawa na ako ng kamyas, mulberry. Gumawa ako ng flower na roselle or blue ternate na jam or marmalade kasi ang taas ng antioxidant nun. Kahit nagda-dialysis, pwede ba yan? Yes po. Yung po kasing kakainin nyo, wag naman yung brine solution. Yung po kainin nyo ay yung vegetable kasi yun ang may probiotics. Kasi yung brine solution itself, may salt yun. No? Pag nagda-dialysis ka, yun lang mismong fruits or vegetables na ferment.
Sa mga diabetic daw, ano ma-recommend mo?
Sa diabetic, ito, recommended itong probiotics.
Okay.
Instead of, kasi yung jams and marmalades, medyo matamis na nga to for diabetics, ito talaga ang recommended, itong probiotics. Nakita kong tama-tama.
Sa mga acidic daw?
Acidic. Ito kasi is lactic acid, no? Hindi ka pwede pag acidic pagka yung vinegar pickling kasi acetic acid ang nagiging fermentation. But dito, lactic acid ang pinoproduce, so pwede ito sa acidic. Kasi kaya nagiging probiotic. It's good for acidic. No? What else can we make use of fermented brine aside from the starter? Actually, dahil yung brine natin, medyo salty yan, pero marami siyang probiotics. Pwede mong gamitin sa salad. Huwag lang iinitan, no? Kasi yung salad lang mismo, pwede mong gamitin as alternative na kahit konti lang, mga 1 to 2 tablespoon lang for the brine solution. Anyway, naglalagay ka rin naman ng salt, naglalagay ka rin ng mga herbs and spices for your salad, pwedeng gamitin yung brine solution. Hindi po safe ang magic sarap and other seasoning. Just like I've said, pinapaweaken po niya yung heart tissues nyo, yung mga monosodium glutamate, yung mga magic sarap. Kaya po mas marami ngayon ang nagkakaroon ng heart condition, kahit bata pa, because naluluto sa dami ng MSG or yung artificial preservatives na ginagamit. Actually, para mas malasa ang inyong mga pagkain, damihan nyo ng herbs and spices. So magtanim na po tayo. Mabilis lang po ito magpatubo nito, cuttings lang. Ilagay nyo lang sa soil nyo, tumutubo na kaagad yan, itong dill. Pwede ba i-food processor mo ng veggies bago ilagay sa bottle? Pwede yan sa mga kimchis or yung cabbage, pwede yan. Pwede po yan. Kasi kung gusto mo na pwedeng maliliit, pwede po yan. Depende sa choice nyo. Pwede kung gusto nyo, yung mga bata, medyo maliliit ang cut ng carrots, pwede rin po yun. Pwede yun. Kaya i-scoop mo lang yung pagkakainin mo na. Ito kasi, pag pwede mo nang kainin na kahit kamayin mo na lang. Kung walang brine solution at Yakult, ilang bottle po ilagay in liter of water. Actually, hindi pwede yung Yakult, pwede yogurt. Yung yogurt, hasalain mo yung mismong solid, and then yung solution na makukuha mo, yun ang pwede mong gamitin as a starter. Yung yogurt. Itawag natin doon ay whey, W-H-E-Y, whey. No? So, pwede yan. Pwede actually ka mag lacto-ferment without salt, pero gagamit ka ng mga herbs na pwede nating alternative. Yan, okay, ano pa? How do you make the ketchup? Pag meron kang kalahating kilong kamatis, hindi ko lang pwede, put it in a pressure cooker, boil it with a little amount of water, and then afterwards, i-blender mo. After ma-blend mo yon, i-strain mo para maalis yung yung buto niya at saka yung mga ibang skin. And then, put it in a pan. And then mix with sugar, salt, if you want chili, and then vinegar. You put a little of lemon, parang lemon slime, kasi yun ang magbibigay ng pectin para mas maging malapot yung inyong ketchup. And then mix it thoroughly hanggang sa na siya, medyo malapot na siya. Ganun lang kadali ng ketchup. Pag marami kang tomatoes, you could also use banana. I-blender mo lang. You could also use sayote. I made use of sayote ketchup. Lalagyan ko lang ng a little of cinnamon, and it tastes like ketchup already. Safe sa buntis, yes. Pwede po ang ampalaya. Pwede po ang ampalaya. If you want it na medyo malesen yung pait, i-mash mo muna ng salt, no? And then, saka mo siya hugasan konti bago mo siya ilagay sa bottle. Proportion ng salt and water, 1 liter of water, 2 tablespoons of Himalayan salt. Safe sa buntis. Maganda po to sa diabetic. Pwede yon yung maglakto kayo ng ng ampalaya or yung okra. Maganda po sa diabetic yan. Pwede po ba yan sa may PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome? Actually, yung polycystic ovary syndrome ay nandun na yung parang lymph nodes natin, Pero yung probiotics, tinutulungan tayo na mapaganda yung ating intestinal function. So, pwede siyang malesen. Yung probiotics kasi, ay ngayon, ito yung katapat ng antibiotics. Instead of using antibiotics, use probiotics. Medyo safe pa. Pwede po makatulong yan. Ayan, kung may anak kayong hindi madaling matunawan, ay napakaganda po ng probiotics para sa inyo. Pwede po yan. Para mas gusto nyo, paliitin nyo ng konti para medyo magustuhan niya, kainin niya. Pwede nyo ilagay yun sa kanyang pagkain o sa niluluto nyo. Maasim din po ba yan kung maluto na? Nalelesen ang asim niya pag naluto na. Pero parang medyo ano siya, tangy, na medyo sweet, no? Lesson na siya pagka niluto mo na. Dapat nasa huli lang yung hindi luto. Pagkatapos yung maluto, saka mo lang siya ilalagay. Ano spelling ng dahon? Dill, D-I-L-L. Pwede nyo po i-search yan sa Google. Makikita nyo kung ano ang benefits of a dill. It's a natural preservative. Yung starter po, ilang beses pwede po siyang gamitin kahit ilang beses. Kasi kung marami pang natitira sa'yo, lagay mo lang sa ref. No? Okay. Kung magagawa ka ng starter, you also make use, ginagamit lang natin starter para mas mabilis ang fermentation. Pero gamit ka pa rin ng Himalayan salt. You could lessen the salt pagka meron ka ng starter. Ang Yakult, patok sa bata, yes. Ang Yakult po ay may probiotics din. Kaya lang, yung lactobacillus niya hindi ganun ka-strong. Yung konti lang, hindi katulad pag ganito, talagang kasi marami pong strain ang lactobacilli. So, mas marami, kumbaga sa yung content niya, mas marami. Kung sa Yakult, nakakaganda, mas maganda to lalo. Kasi ito live na culture ng probiotics na kakainin mo. Sa mga green leafy vegetable, magiging maasim rin po ba? Yes. Konti. Actually, pwede tayong magburo ng mustasa and then you could use it sa mga omelette nyo and napakasarap. Napakasarap niyan. Pag mag-omelette kayo, lagyan nyo lang ng kamatis at sibuyas, yung burong mustasa or any burong pechay. That's also the same process. Gumagamit lang tayo instead of brine solution, kasi actually yung burong mustasa, ang ginagamit lang natin doon ay hugas bigas. Hugas bigas. And that's it. That would ferment the mustasa. Okay. Any more questions?
Okay, questions? Meron pa ba?
Okay.
Sige, habang nag-iisip sila, sister,
Put the
ng
plastic
questions.
with brine inside on top of the veggies. Actually, it's another option, Sister Balyedos. Pwede kang gumamit ng weight, yung binibili noon na parang transparent na weight fermentation. Or pwedeng kang gumamit ng cabbage na i-boil mo lang konti. Para, ang purpose lang natin ay para hindi mag-float yung vegetables kasi kailangan walang oxygen yung fermented vegetables kasi anaerobic talaga ito. So para makuha natin yung full benefits of yung lactobacillus, kailangan nakasubmerge siya sa brine solution. Pwede kang gumamit anything. Pwede kang gumamit ng porcelain na maliit na kakasya, pato mo lang doon, okay yon, pwede yon. Kung meron kayong maliliit na tasang parang pwede nyo ilagay yan dyan. Perfect na perfect yon, Sister Balyedos. Pakiulit po yung hugas bigas. Yung hugas bigas po, pag gusto nyo gumawa ng burong mustasa. Burong mustasa, just make sure, meron kang hugas bigas, hindi mo na kailangan i-measure yan. And then put the vegetable, kahit itupi-tupi mo lang yung mustasa inside or pechay. Put the hugas bigas, it will ferment in about 3 days to 5 days. Pagkatapos nun, ang lasa niya talagang fermented na. And then, napakasarap po siya sa omelette. O pwede nyo gamitin in dinuguan, parang pwede rin gamitin for stir-fried vegetables. Bakit po yung gumagawa ng fermented carrots at cabbage, kailangan pa pong i-bruise? Kasi yung iba, gusto nila yung parang pumasok ka agad yung good bacteria, no? Pero pwede namang hindi kasi papasok din siya talaga. Yung iba, piniprick, no? Piniprick siya, pwede yun. Whatever yung choice. So, pero ma-ferment pa rin siya. Pag pinil up mo yan to the brim, no? Lulutang siya yung vegetable, flour, no? So baka magkaroon ng molds yung iyong fermented vegetable. Kailangan meron talagang weight para bumaba siya, no? Talagang fully submerged. Okay? Pwede kang gumamit ng kahit anong maliit na platito, kahit na ano, pwede mong gamitin dyan. Pwede, basta ipapasok dito sa bottle nyo. Yung cabbage kasi, pag ginawa mo yan na kimchi, minamash mo yan ng salt, no? O ilalagay mo muna sa blender and then mash it para pumasok ng gusto yung salt. And then saka mo siya ilalagay sa bottle. Meron ka ng kimchi in about 7 to 10 days. Wala na po asin, yung mustasa, hugas-bigas lang. Opo, wala na pong asin. Pwede yung asin, pwede mo lagay yan. Konti lang, pero yung hugas-bigas kasi nagpa-ferment na siya. Lahat po ng leafy veggies, pwede yan. Ano po yung violet na hawak nyo? This is, mulberry marmalade. Mulberry jam. Eh, nagbigay kasing mulberry sa akin, ang dami. So, ginawa kong, jam. Tastes like strawberry. Pwede po gamitin yung glass bottle ng mayonnaise. Gamit yung takip niya. Basta make sure na yung takip niya ay malinis at walang rust, no? Para hindi magkaroon ng effect dun sa fermentation. Paturo ng ketchup. Brother Rino, next natin, ketchup, masusunod.
Meron
Kasi,
pa lang tayong
preservation isang klase kasi pas mahirap pag yung sabay-sabay kasi kailangan mo iluto and kailangan mo. Pwede ako gumawa ng video noon. I could send it to you para mas madaling matutunan. But importante lang kasi doon yung tamang prepare ng ng ketchup, no?
Siguro request natin kay Sir James, pwede pa tayo sa part 3 sa e-learning.
Ano po mangyayari kung lesser po ang salt na ilalagay sa brine solution? Mas matagal ang fermentation process natin. Or kung minsan, pwedeng magkaroon ng molds yung fermented vegetables mo. Ano po, FB? Ang kalamyas po, nawawala ang sobrang asim kapag pinarmet. Alam nyo ba paano? Bababad mo lang muna siya sa tubig, plain tubig, in about 30 minutes, and then saka mo na siya iluto. Okay. Oh, ang dami pong kalamyas natin, nahuhulog lang yan sa puno natin, hindi nga pinapansin eh. Pero alam nyo bang napakasustansya ng kalamyas? Very high in vitamin C, also in potassium. Marami po siyang content. Hindi lang natin Pag ginamit nyo, kalamyas, nagburo tayo ng kalamyas, no? Ferment. You could use it in any of your recipe. Pwede sa fish, pwede yan sa sinigang nyo, pwede yan, no? Kasi maasim na talaga siya. Pero maganda kasi may probiotics na. Ang FB ko po ay Mona Uy Clasicas. Paki-search na lang po. Pwede mo na copy ni sister, yes. So, si Brother Rino na lang po magbibigay ng copy ng inyong Pwede po Baguio beans? Pwede po. Hindi ko lang inano ang Baguio beans kasi mataas na uric acid ko. Mas gusto ko yung vegetable na pwede sa akin. Yung lid po dapat plastic. Pwede pong plastic, pwede po siya na it doesn't matter kasi hindi naman po siya magkakaroon ng effect sa fermentation.
Ano daw, pwedeng plastic pa?
So, any more questions? Anong oras na ba? Hindi ko alam ang oras.
Okay pa, sister. Meron pa tayo time.
Ano ba? May question pa?
Ah,
Sa Facebook mo ba live tayo?
oo, naka-live ito sa Facebook.
Okay. So, may mga question ba doon? Yung kamyas po, pag ginawa pang asin sa sinigang, pwede pong pakuluan o ilalagay mo na lang after na maluto yung kamyas. Sir, paulit po FB. FB ko po ay Mona Uy Clasicas.
Type ko na lang dito, type ko sa group chat.
Apo. Link, anong link daw sa FB sa po? Meron pong FB live kasabay nito eh. Kasi, yan.
Sabi mo lahat ng coordinates.
Malapit na ako mag-YouTube channel. Ang palaya, pwede po. Pwedeng papakin ng kalamyas after fermentation. Pwede po. Masarap ang kalamyas. Actually, tinatry ko po talaga sa lahat ng vegetables kasi nga, kung ano yung in season at marami talaga kasi kesa matapon, i-ferment na lang. Actually, ito yung madalas na ginagamit nila sa Amerika kaya marami silang food storage. Kasi ginagamit nila lacto fermentation lang. Pagka talagang marami na, kanin ang ginagamit. Pero yun nga, nalilesen yung nutrients. Yung nutritive value niya. Onions, pwede rin po. Pwede nyo ihalo yung onions, yung garlic nyo, pwede with other vegetables, pag gusto nyo. Follower.
Meron ka ng follower.
Meron na ako follower.
Oo,
Mag-YouTube channel na nga ako eh.
Tama. Ilagay ito natin sa YouTube.
Kasi ang bukod sa paggawa nitong mga preserve na to, I'm into agriculture kaya organic agriculture actually para safe din sa atin, sa health natin. So, may ginagamit namin mga organic fertilizer ay yung vermicompost, pwede rin yung bokusaku o yung wood vinegar or yung mga FFJ or FPJ na in-endorse ng organic agriculture. Pwede po niyong idagdag sa presentation niyo ang health and wellness para sa ano. Kasi actually, pinopromote talaga natin dito is mas madagdagan ang immune system natin, ma-boost, no? Ang simple lang naman kung gagawin. Kung ito magagawa natin, maraming tao ang hindi magkakasakit, no? Kasi ngayon, sa sobrang dali ng ating pagbili sa supermarket, puro ang ginagamit natin ay meron ng artificial preservative. Opo, pag nagpe-ferment po kayo ng lacto fermentation, natural probiotic po ito. Ito po yung talagang yung reason kung bakit nagla-lacto fermentation because we want to have probiotics, libreng probiotics sa atin. Are there any more questions sa Facebook? Brother Rino, meron ba?
Wala naman. Sa akin, wala naman nag-question dito. Hindi sila makakuha dito, maka-response. Kaya,
Hindi, mababasa yun sa Facebook eh, kung may question. Kaya lang, hindi ko mabuksan yung Facebook ko.
sa akin, wala naman.
Wala naman.
No, join lang lahat nakalagay dito sa akin. But anyway,
Ano
sister,
po bang ibang herbs na pwedeng ihalo? Katulad na sinabi sa inyo, maraming klaseng herbs. Pag aware kayo dun sa mga herbs na pwede niyong gamitin, marami siya. Pwedeng rosemary, may tanim din po ako. Nutmeg, basil, pwedeng cayenne, pwedeng cinnamon, chives, coriander, dill, cumin, ginger, oregano. Pwede po yan. Paprika pwede, parsley, pwedeng sage, pwedeng tarragon. Marami pong klase. Ano po ang Facebook account para makita yung FB Live. Si Brother Lloyd ba ang nag-live, Brother Rino?
Meron kami sa academy, sa website
Academy
namin.
ang FB Live. Kasi
Oo, meron
tinatanong
kaming
kung ano daw
recorded
FB
lahat.
Live.
Oo.
Pwede. Kasi yung hindi makapasok sa Zoom, pwede po siya.
May ibang words dati nag-join na din sa
Brother Rino, pa-chat na lang yung Facebook account ko.
Nalagay ko na dyan, Lagay ko na lang sa kanila ulit. Okay, questions? Meron pa ba?
Any more questions? Ano po yung academy group nyo? Academy for Creative Enterprise. Kami, Santa Cruz State kami, under Brother Rino.
Sister, sinusundan ka na, sister.
Sinusundan na ako. Kay Brother Rino, yes, Santa Cruz. Kay Brother Rino po kasi medyo malaki yung file. Kailangan Gmail kasi Google Docs po. FB account ko po, Mona Uy Clasicas. Pasig State daw si Sister Lourdes. Sa'yo rin Pasig State, Brother Rino?
Sa akin naman.
Okay.
Okay, wala na siguro silang questions.
Wala na pong fermentation.
Ipopos ko.
I'll send na lang Brother Rino yung procedure for any vegetable. Word, lang yon. Documents lang yon.
Sige po, sister.
Salamat din po. Welcome po sa nyo. At least natuto po tayo.
I-share ko sa kanila ang screen ngayon para sa email.
Opo.
Dito kayo brothers and sisters, mag-email sa akin para mag-reply ako sa inyo sa PowerPoint presentation. Dito sa rinobayani@academy.org. Email ako, tapos mag-reply ako sa inyo para sa PowerPoint ni Sister Mona. Ibigay ko kung gusto niyo ng PowerPoint niya. I-email niyo muna ako, brothers and sisters. Mag-reply na lang ako. Kasi marami kasi nagre-request, hindi ko lahat masulat yung mga email address. At para sa mga gusto ng recorded, meron din kami recorded na itong webinar. Pwede nyo i-review ito. You can ask your regional coordinators para sa copy ng webinar na ito. Okay, para sa ating announcement, brothers and sisters, bukas meron tayong Q&A online selling. Kung gusto niyo matuto about sa online selling, meron tayong webinar alas 9 ng umaga hanggang alas 11. Bukas yan, abangan na lang ninyo ulit. Okay, siguro yan lang naman ngayon. And thank you so much, Sister Mona.
You're welcome.
Pag-share mo ng inyong wisdom at saka yung talent mo sa mga members natin. Kailangan natin maging healthy lahat. Especially ngayon, puro sardines.
Puro sardines.
Nakikita ko nga, maraming dala iba mga noodles. Dapat maging healthy tayo ngayon, brothers and sisters. Mahirap pumasok sa hospital, walang tumatanggap. Walang tumatanggap sa hospital, kaya dapat maging healthy tayo. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters, sa lahat ng mga participants na nag-attend ngayon sa hapon na ito. And to close this, we would like to ask Brother Nat.
Wala siyang last words.
Nathaniel Reyes, nandito na ba si Nat?
Walang last words.
Opo po, Brother Roger.
Hindi ko lang last words.
Sandali, wala siguro si Nat. Dito na si Nat, nandito na siya.
Yan, dito na po ako. Rinig na po ako, no?
Oo, kapatid, narinig kita.
Okay. Sige po. Our Father in Heaven, nagpapasalamat po kami for a wonderful day. At marami po ulit kami natutunan ngayon po sa aming e-learning series. Maraming salamat po sa initiative po ng Academy for Creating Enterprise for these wonderful trainings and learnings that we have. Maraming salamat po sa blessings na binibigay niyo po sa amin as we continue to pursue our path towards self-reliance and to grow our businesses and become entrepreneurs. Nagpapasalamat po kami sa technology that these things are made possible. We ask this time to bless and guide us as we continue to apply what we are learning and to always guide us ng Holy Spirit, that we will always be inspired. Hiniling din po namin na i-bless kami and our family, especially as we continue to battle and overcome this pandemic crisis, and that we will learn important lessons during this crisis. And we also ask Thee to bless us as we minister to our brothers and sisters. This is our prayer. We leave this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Brothers and sisters, meron pa tayong virtual reunion and group picture. Pag-open ng inyong mga camera habang ina-add namin kayo sa ating screen.
Brother Rino, may nagtanong sino daw yung speaker sa online sellers.
Oo,
Si
meron
Brother
tayo.
Rino.
Oo, meron kasama ko doon sa speakers, ano?
You're welcome, Sister Uy.
Open natin ang ating camera para sa ating group pictures. Mamaya-maya. Sister Jane, saan ka ngayon?
Dito sa bahay. Kamusta, Brother Rino, Batch?
Classmate ko ito sa Ace.
Yes. Kumusta?
Hello.
Long time.
Naka-lockdown sa bahay.
Okay, mag-chat ako sa'yo
Opo,
later.
sister.
Okay.
Thank you po. Ang dami namin natutunan. You deserve to be called self-reliance specialist talaga.
Oo,
You're
galing.
welcome po, Sister.
Thank you po.
Thank you po talaga.
I am from Cebu.
Yay! Ito din
Thank you
pa.
very much na.
Happy to hard.
Picture.
Nasa si Cynthia.
Si sister muna pala, kapatid ito ni Ma'am Cynthia Pantone. Kaya, galing. Top notcher daw, sabi ni Sister Martin. Muna.
Pa-picture lang ni. Huwag ka naglalag.
Oh.
Hi, Brother Jake.
Yung mga sardinas, hindi na healthy yun.
Ang galing mo, Sister Mona.
Brother Jake.
Dapat may libre kami niyan.
Di ba, nakatikim ka na ng atsarang
Ayun, sarap yun.
Oh.
Pwede bang lagyan ng meat ang gulay na yan?
Pwede naman. Pag nagluto ka, ilagay mo yung pinaka-vegetable siya.
Yan.
Sa inihaw daw, masarap yan.
Yan.
Masarap.
Perfect
Masarap
yan.
talaga.
Nagutom na tuloy ako. Ano na ako? Leave na ako.
Okay, I'm here.
Ayun.
Okay, yun na.
Ay ko, Cynthia,
Okay,
nasaan
yan
ka?
Gutom na
Madam,
kami.
mag-open ang camera mo, madam. Hindi ka makita.
Okay, i-part 2 na yan. Next week.
Oo, kasama na
Ay,
ito.
ito agad.
Dapat may kasamang yempo yan
Part
eh.
3 yung...
Meat and fish naman. Maganda.
Oo.
Nandito pala si Sister Mary Ann, no? Sister Mary Ann Ortiga.
Buong pamilya.
Buong pamilya ito.
Yan.
Hello.
Ayun.
Kung ilagay yung meat po kasama yung vegetable.
Okay, brother and sisters, in 1 minute, meron tayong group picture. Please, paki-open ang inyong camera.
Ano po, sister? Sister Julie?
Sorry po, nabanggit po kasi ni brother kanina, hindi po pwede po bang ilagay yung meat kasama yung vegetable dun sa brine? Hindi po.
Hindi, ang sabi niya, lulutuin daw. Lulutuin niya, tapos ilalagay lang.
You cannot combine them both, right?
Hindi pwede.
Pa? Okay yun ah. Bago yun.
Maganda to sa mga vegetarian, vegan diet.
Okay, mag-group picture muna tayo, brothers and sisters.
Nasaan ka na, Cynthia?
Si Ma'am Cynthia, wala pa eh. Baka nagme-make up pa.
Nagme-makeup pa si Cynthia.
May makeup pa.
Drawing pa si Madam.
Si Merlin, nawala.
Si Sister Mary Ann, nandito rin pala.
Ayan, si Mary Ann.
Kompleto na yung
Support yan,
Spice Girl.
support. Support yan.
Support.
Oo.
Sir Mona, Brother
Hi.
Reno, lahat
Hi.
na po kayo sa Facebook.
Na Rose, kumusta ka na?
Mabuti po, nasa Quezon City.
Ayun.
Lockdown.